welcome to the, or what should be the final part of my stream of Alien Isolation. Now, to be honest, I'm not actually sure how much is left in the game. It could be anywhere from an hour to a couple minutes. So, I do know that I'm pretty close. As far as how much is left, that might be well, that'll surprise me all over again. I have seen this already, of course, but as far as exact time estimates, memory's a little fuzzy. It would be kind of funny if it was just like 5 minutes left. Could I just finish this last part? Could have finished it in the last part, rather. But yeah, that's okay. Really running short on time last part, so regardless, I had to cut it off. It's largely a another one of those scripted sequences. It seems like as we're getting closer to the end, it's just going to be more and more on rails, just following the path. I mean, there's not much left for the game to show us, so that's not exactly a problem. And the game is just playing wrap up at this point. The station, Sebastopol, we're on right now, is falling into the gas tank. Ripley is desperately trying to get off the station onto the Torrens, which is the ship that she originally arrived on. Yeah, this does look familiar. I'm pretty sure this is like really close to the ending. I probably should have just...
There should be 2 priming mechanisms to unlock the manual release. I see them.
I probably should have just streamed this at the end of the last part. But yeah, I can't change that now. I have to do it this time. Just finish the playthrough. Alright, yep, as you can see, I'm not alone. Multiple xenomorphs over there. At this point in the game, I know there's not really... This moment is supposed to be kind of tense, I suppose, in terms of the story and place of the character, but as a player, I'm not really worried because it is all just automatic at this point. There's not much left for me to do as far as skill. right now it's just still about wrapping up the game Seeing the last bit. Sure, I'm glad those xenomorphs kind of just sat there as I brought into this.
Verlaine, I'm on my way up to the bridge.
Now, as far as saving the station there, I mean, that was Ripley's initial intention. I mean, she could have, just shortly before this, she could have destroyed the station much sooner. Of course, she would have destroyed herself in the process. But I guess what she wanted was A, to survive herself, and B, to save the people, any remaining survivors on the station. It's not a bad thing to do, but obviously she could not do that. Could only end up saving herself. The station is finally crashed on the planet. And I'm just worried. Before I leave this room, I'm worried that like anybody watching this is like, oh, don't miss that ID tag that you just walked right by. So it's a sticking point for me when I watch other people play a game or stream a game. Like, how did you miss that thing right under your nose? Well, I can see now that it's because, you know, I'm talking and
Verlaine?
because I'm trying to concentrate, I easily miss stuff. So anyhow, that you could argue that that last part was unnecessary. She could have just destroyed the station way sooner. I guess her intentions were terrible. She is alive a little bit, at least for the moment. Maybe she should have followed her mother's example and destroyed the station, whether she was on it or not. Whether she would have been blown up with the station or not. If she followed her mother's example, then that's what she should have done. And there'd be no chance of the xenomorphs escaping or surviving. So as you can see, the credits are rolling. That was the end of the game. The choice that as I was trying to discuss, choice that Ripley made at the end, maybe not the best thing, and maybe not as well informed as one might hope. And I have heard criticism of it that, oh, she just heard a message about her mother doing what she had to do, destroying her station in the Nostromo, or the ship and the station that it was attached to, because just one alien was on it. Here we have multiple xenomorphs, and well, you could argue it is a different situation, and there are survivors left, and there might be a chance to save them. As you can see, that there was no chance of that after all. And yeah, it might have been better just to maybe. I mean, we know that Amanda Ripley survives, but it could have been written so that Amanda would have had to make that difficult decision and destroy the station while surviving herself, instead of the way it was written in the game here. And that could have, if they did sequels, that could have been an important part of her character, an important part of her of her trying to deal with the consequences of that, having to destroy innocent lives on purpose to get rid of these xenomorphs. So of course, even from the movies, based on the movies, we know that Amanda Ripley survived. So that little tease at the end of the game here isn't exactly a isn't exactly a surprise, rather. So so yeah, I don't doubt that there will be a sequel to this game, and if I had to guess, there would probably be the things that weren't featured in this game, like the Alien Queen, be the #1 thing on the list of things to feature in the sequel to this game. So yeah, I guess now that I'm in the credits, I'll just some final thoughts on it. That I did greatly like this game. And if you've been following the series of streams and videos here, while I like the game, I do point out as many flaws of the game that I can. I'm sure there are things that I overlooked, of course, and also positive things that I overlooked. But yeah, in general, taking that all in, the good and the bad, I still like this game. I still like that, especially that beginning is just fantastic. I love the stealth in the beginning, and from the part where you first jettison the first xenomorph onward is kind of where the game maybe a little too much stretched a little too far, and a lot of that could have been cut out. And I think that moment there could have been the ending. Like that could have been the big ending to a much shorter game and a much better paced game, or it could have been like near the ending with just a few more things afterwards to wrap things up. But I think this game just wanted to be a AAA experience. It wanted to be very long. It wanted to be a 20-hour experience rather than a 10-hour experience. And ultimately, it suffers because of that. Most of its flaws are related to that elongation. Besides that, going forward, I'm glad I'm able to finish my first playthrough of a game on a stream, and that hopefully I convince some people, especially some of my friends, that to pick this up, because I feel like this game was largely overlooked because of how it came so close. It came out so close to Shadow of Mordor, which has been a very popular game, and then probably I would believe that it is a much more successful game than this one. As far as future streams, I mean, I could stream the DLC Crew Expendable, which I got along with the game when I first bought it. At the same time, I want to move on to other things. Move on to different games and just change it up, because it has been a while since the game came out. With that, I think I can end the stream here. So follow me throughout the experience, or if you just watched it right now, then thank you for watching me as I finished my very first Let's Play and full playthrough of the game on stream. And I will see you in the next video or stream. So yeah, I'll see you later. I won't let the credits. I won't include all the credits here. I don't think that's necessary. So I will see you later.